Hello and welcome. This is Transport Fever2 and this is our project MegaCity. Now, I don't know how many of you are regular visitors and viewers to this series, but you may remember in the last episode, let me just put this back on here. We had a bit of a problem here in Sherwood where all the buses got congested here and there was a big, basically a traffic jam of buses. Now, it was a bit of a rookie error of mine because here we have all the bus lines neatly separated, but all of the bus lanes came up here and used this one single stop, and that was the bottleneck. So what I've done, I've split this all up, and you can see now some of the bus lines go up here, some here. Also, when they come down, they don't just come down on the same road. And since then, I was able to increase the number of buses again, which was very good. And yeah, we have had no more problems. The route that we built last time, which was the railjet route, you can see here the railjet is pulling in, is proving more and more popular. You can see here we have almost 1,500 people waiting. And also here, if we come to Bromley, you may remember we had this problem where everybody kept, everybody switched from train line 1 to the east-west corridor where the railjets are running because they're just a little bit faster. Again, we have 1,300 people and 1,100 people waiting in the respective directions. So that's a bit of a problem. So the first thing I want to do is give people an alternative. So we have built this short motorway running from our main city, which is Ulster. And it ends here in Bromley. So I think we're going to change that. We're going to run the motorway here past Bromley. Of course, we're going to have an exit here and an exit here. Then we run the motorway here past Sherwood. And then we connect it to this highway here, which then runs into Warwick. And that will give people an opportunity to, have an alternative means of transport. I think it's going to be a good idea because you can see here, we discussed this as well, the S-Bahn that runs from here across there to Sherwood has 570 people waiting. We put down a coach line, don't know if you remember, that's running here. And that coach line is fairly popular, I would say. So people would be willing to swap the trains for cars and other modes of transport. Let me just check here. I really put a lot of buses now on coach line. Yeah. So there were lots of people waiting, but I really increased the number of coaches that run between Sherwood and Warwick here on this highway, just to give people an alternative to the railway line, which is completely overwhelmed. And hopefully, if we now put another motorway all the way across the map, that will help a bit as well. As always, I jump forward, and once I'm done, I'll show you what has happened. All right, so here's our motorway. Let's just go through it. So Warwick is where it starts. I kept the old highway, built this weird intersection here. I couldn't find a better way of doing it. Then the motorway starts, goes all the way here, and we made 2 entrances into Bromley, one here and one here. And then finally we go past West Ham, and then we end up here in Ulster. The biggest problem is coming into Ulster. You can see here there's a massive queue basically all the way back into West Ham, and it's actually affecting West Ham itself as well. You can see here it's queuing all the way back. Now also has a bad effect on our public transport. West Ham never had a problem with traffic, so this is all caused by this motorway. So I'm trying to think how to address this. I think maybe what we need to do is build this motorway here across the river, then underneath the railway line and all the way down here, and then end here in Newquay, and have exits ever so often and that way people have the opportunity to go into any part of the city directly from the motorway. I think that's the way forward, because right now you can see this is all just one massive jam. And like I said, it has a really bad effect on West Ham, including our public transport, which obviously is not acceptable. So this is what I'm going to do next, build the motorway here, and then we'll let the simulation run for a while, and hopefully this will address this problem. Okay, I'll see you once I know more. Okay, so here we have our new motorway with these funky exits and entrances. Has it helped? Well, a little bit. This traffic jam is gone, but as you can see here, it's now piling up here and then all the way into the city. To be fair, this is still all fairly new. Maybe some of the cars still need to find their way, but I can see some of the exits are way less used than others. And once we come all the way down here, there's literally nobody there. So maybe, I'm not sure. So like here at the end of the motorway, we can see people leaving, but not many people coming in. It has helped a bit, but quite frankly didn't have the effect that I was hoping for. Obviously, the secondary effect was that people would use this motorway now instead of the railway lines. Yeah, not sure about that, because if you're stuck in traffic here, I don't think that's gonna help with the attractiveness of the motorway. The problem is not the motorway itself, is when they come in here. I mean, I've tried my best. This is a one-way exit. Here I've widened all the roads, I've removed the traffic lights, and here all the roads have been widened to make it easier for people to get in and out of the city. You can see here this is a one-way road, this is a one-way road, and actually here there isn't much traffic. So I thought it's just the amount of cars that stream into the city, but the bottleneck seems to be the exit itself, like this part here, and I'm not quite sure how to address this. I mean, the only thing I can think of is if I just do some building whilst we're here, we pull a road from here maybe to here, and that will give the cars that want to go straight down here the opportunity to leave here, maybe alleviate some of the traffic here. And another thing we could do, if I pause this quickly, if we just yes, look at this. I think what we could do, get a nice big street, maybe this one, and build it here. Yes. Yeah, let's see what that does. Because then, you know, there's only one crossing, and people that want to go this way can literally just take this slip road, and that should make it a bit easier, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, it looks like it's done something. The traffic is now the traffic is now moving a bit more fluidly. This I don't like. This looks awful. Can we fix this? Just pause for a minute. We need to go to one-way streets. Yeah, this is better. Yes. Well, who knows? Maybe this will help. The good news is that we no longer have any traffic problems here in West Ham, and the public transport is now running fine again. So that's one thing that certainly, you know, has improved thanks to this new motorway. So what are we going to do next? Well, the biggest problem I still have is this connection from Bromley to Ulster. You know, there are two fairly big cities, and if you look, we have 2,600 people waiting here. We have to Ulster, 1,100 people waiting here. We have a dedicated train line that connects just the two cities, but for whatever reason, people prefer to take the railjet. Even though we increased the speed limit of the double-decker trains, you can see one going here, you know, look at it, it's doing almost 200 kilometers per hour. I mean, it's fairly busy, but some of them are not that busy. So I think maybe I'm completely wrong about this. One thing we could do, because right now, if somebody wants to go from Bromley to West Ham, they have to take the train all the way to the city center, then jump on this train, which will then take them here. Maybe if we build a railway line directly from Bromley to West Ham, then at least we cut out that kind of traffic. I mean, I would imagine if you want to do that, you take the car because it's much quicker. But again, I'm not sure. So maybe that's another thing we should try. So the idea is, let's have a look. So this is a very small station. So the first thing we need to do is these trains need to move over to this track. And then we build out this track here. We can get rid of these. I'm not sure how we're going to cross the motorway. I guess we go underground, although there's a hill that would really lend itself to go overground. And then we just follow the motorway and we feed the railway line in here. This is going to be, we're going to have to come in here. These four are too busy. They cannot take any more trains. So this is going to be the Bromley line here. I think that's what we're going to do. Yes. So then maybe we go underground, cross here. But then we have to cross the... this is going to be annoying. Then we have to cross again and again. Let me think about this. Anyway, once I've got an idea how we're going to do this, I'll come back. So I've built this new S-Bahn line. I just called it the West Ham Bromley Express. Not very imaginative. So this is what I've gone for. The line leaves here, and then there's this big bridge across the motorway coming down here, and then coming in here. So fairly straightforward. It's a short line, but because I've learned from my mistakes, I have these trains running here, the Talent 2, double traction with 120 people capacity. But I put 4 of them down, which is quite a lot for such a short line. But you can see here 80, 51, 37, 70, and this line has just started running, so I think this is actually not a bad idea. One thing I have noticed, we now have another traffic jam, and this is here into West Ham. We only have one entrance into West Ham, so maybe what we need to do is create another entry up here so that if people want to go to the northern part of the city, they can come off here and go directly in here. And yeah, maybe we run this connection here across and underground and somewhere here or something like that, or maybe through here, underground through here. Then people can come off here as well and feed into the south. So then we have 3 exit points for West Ham. One here, one here, one here, because right now this is a proper bottleneck here. So we can see people are coming here from this roundabout, and then they just want to leave here, and it's a bit of a mess. I mean, to be fair, this is not ideal here with all these roads. We could probably improve that as well. But let me try that first. I'm gonna, extend this road. Probably connect it here like this. Then we're gonna build another exit here and feed it in here and see if that helps. I am going to call this a success. We can see here the last remnants of the traffic jam disappearing. The motorway is all clear now. And I think what really did the trick was actually not the additional exit here, which, I mean, it does get some usage. You can see here people are using it to get into the city here. It's actually mostly used for people leaving, interestingly. No, I think the thing that really did is before this road just turned here into Ulster, but now people have the opportunity to run up here through this tunnel directly into West Ham. So I think not only do people that come off the motorway now have the opportunity to go this way, also people living here, they don't have to go all the way to the motorway. They can just take this road and go directly to West Ham. How's the railway doing? It's doing fine. You can see the trains are full, 120. This one 44, so that's okay. But it's okay. I think it's dealing okay with the traffic, 49. So some of them get quite busy. 51. So yeah, I think we're doing a good job here. Whether this will in the long run help with the motorway and this additional line with the problems we have here remains to be seen. At this moment in time, we still have 1,500 people waiting to go to Sherwood and 1,100 to go to Ulster, which is of course, beyond what our trains can do. Here, yeah, still 2,500 people waiting. So I'm not sure. I don't know, maybe any of you have an idea of how to address this. We have a dedicated train line running up and down here with really long double-decker trains at 200 kilometers per hour. We have the railjet service that runs that runs across the whole map. And I just can't think of anything more to do. I've given people all the opportunities they have or they can have to connect those cities, and it's still not enough. I think we just built ourselves, we overstretched ourselves a bit in terms of what is possible in this game. Here, this railway station, it's okay. It's 600 people. The train seems to be dealing with it. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to do. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I'm done now. I can't think of anything else to do. With all these exits here, we've created a new railway line. We've given them a second connection here, a street connection. And yes, we have alleviated the traffic problem here, which was a bit annoying. So that seems to have gone now. But all in all, the traffic between Ulster and Bromley is still way beyond of what we can deal with right now. So I don't know, maybe something we can explore in the next episode. All right, and here we are on the Bromley West Ham Express. We're just leaving to go to our next stop. This train line only has 2 stops. And I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave the video now. You can watch the rest of the journey of this train. I think it's quite a nice journey across the bridge and through the forest. In any case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, all the best. Bye bye.